Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Welcome to slightly new stream. Oh.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Alright, hopefully I got that fixed.
People get to hear what you say 4 times.
Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't do that. Oh my god. Where's it picking that up out of?
I don't know, it's not me. Test. 1, 2, 3. Muted. Should be.
All right, we should be good now. I think I figured it out. I accidentally, because of where my mic is set up, there was an extra over on my test computer. There was something playing sound.
I guess.
It just sucks because I can't tell what's going on live. So if there's any more sound issues, you guys are gonna have to let me know. But all right, shouldn't need that anymore. We can go just straight.
Just you and me tonight?
Apparently, I don't know where Chris is at. I can try to get him to show up, but anyway, so we are going to try using Streamlabs tonight. I did change the screen around a little bit. Hopefully this is better for all of you guys. We can now screen share and do some other things that I couldn't do with Skype, and apparently my my watch is deciding it wants to change it. Shut up. I didn't ask you.
You gotta love technology.
I know, right? It listens when it wants to, and then when I do want it to fucking listen, it doesn't. Anyway, good. I'm glad it's better, Pilot. So hopefully this setup works a little better than the last one as far as keeping things in line. I shouldn't have the screen getting bigger, getting smaller, and whatever. And you can see all of us at the same time. I have a couple different ways that I can finagle this around. And as you can see, I have a new starting screen. That way I can help get the stream going and making sure everything's pretty much okay before the stream starts. And it also gives you guys a chance to join before we jump straight into the stream because of this not wanting to send out notifications correctly for some reason. So we have the chat is still over on the right hand side. You have the one main screen now where I can have up to like, I think 5 or 6 people. In fact, I can even have you guys in the chat join up in as well. If you know anybody in the chat wants to join, we still have the stream boss, and Grant Straight Six Fan is still our stream boss because nobody's knocked him off yet. I think he's running on what, like a month and a half, 2 months now.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Is that done?
What is?
Nothing.
Oh. I'm not sure if you can get a hold of Chris there, Biggie.
Probably not.
Because if I don't look at the screen, it looks really weird because you can see like everything. Let's see.
What the shit? All right. So what do
I messaged it personally. I'm not having a good hair day. You don't want me live. I'm not having a good hair day either. So I literally just threw some shit. They just threw an outfit on it.
Thing.
Yeah. Oh, you guys can see my you guys can see everything today. Normally I have like when I use it when I have my setup before with the other setup, I have it cropped so it doesn't show all of this, but I guess you can basically see what I have to deal with. This is, you can't really see that. I mean, like, I'm cramped up in this little tiny corner here. So let's get this camera situated here. So yeah, this is why I don't really always look at you guys, because I'm trying to keep an eye on the monitors and everything else at the same time. Who else is in here? I can't see that. Oh, it's Mrs. Formula. Where's Chris at, man?
Did you just assume their gender?
Maybe. I would hope he's a guy. At least he appears to be a guy. My kid's trying to beat down the wall of his bedroom, apparently.
Oh my god, my friend's 2-year-old is horrible. If he doesn't get what he wants, he literally just bashes his head off the wall.
He's supposed to be in bed.
Supposed to was a big word.
Yeah, it is. Supposed to.
Supposed to.
What do you guys think of the quality? Is the quality of this good? Should we keep with Streamlabs over the Skype call? I'm thinking I'm digging the this StreamYard look. Now, I take it a one step further, because most of the guys that you see on YouTube that are using StreamYard right now, they are literally straight using it off of StreamYards, where I'm not. I'm broadcasting StreamYards to my Streamlabs and then broadcasting it to you guys. Mainly because that way I can have all the added extra stuff. Because I like being complicated.
You like being extra.
I like being extra. But I like having the chat up there. I like having the tip jar. I like having all of that different stuff. But I did like also I just think that StreamYards does the conference call thing better than Skype did.
Probably.
Well, we had all them issues every time somebody went in and out of bandwidth. It would shrink and grow their freaking screen all over the place.
Yeah.
And I kept having to chase it all over. Chris is going to try control.
He's gonna try what?
Master Apprentice. Well, that's not Master. It's Ron. I'm not actually using double bandwidth because I'm not actually broadcasting the stream from StreamYard. I'm screen capturing the screen from StreamYard. That's a tongue twister. So I'm not actually broadcasting it. I'm running what is called a test session. And so I'm not actually broadcasting live. I'm just capturing the screen from that window.
You know what else is a tongue twister?
Your mom?
No, Irish wristwatch.
Irish wrist. Damn.
Irish wristwatch.
Okay. We do have Chris.
Good evening.
Good evening. There you go.
I'm getting there.
Let's see. How can I change this? Nope, don't like that one.
No.
Definitely don't like that one. We're gonna have to stick with this one.
No, wrong way.
There we go. Gonna have to stick with that one. So yeah, as the more people we add up on here, obviously the windows are gonna get smaller. It looks live to me. You can't drink this beer out of the can. I'm sorry, you can't. Oh, you're not supposed to drink a Guinness out of the can.
Does it say that on the can?
Yeah, you're not supposed to. It actually does. Best if
Really?
Pour out of glass.
Oh. But then they sell it in a can anyway.
Well, they sell it in a can because it's easier to distribute. But even if you had it in a bottle, you'd still have to, as soon as when you open it, you pour it into a bottle because of the way that it adds the carbonation.
Yeah. I'll be back in a quick second.
All right.
Second.
If anybody doesn't know, the Master Apprentice is Ron. He's normally on the Rust Belt Mechanic live stream. Plus, he does have his own channel, which is the Master Apprentice, but he's mainly known as Cat and Ron. Which actually, Ron, if you would like to, I can send you the link for this live if you would like. I think I can do that. But I think this is the setup that I'm going to go with. I really like it. What do you think, Chris? Can you see the live at all, or just the StreamYard?
I've got the live up on the tab. Well, I'm trying to get it up on the tablet. But yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like
think
you got one big main screen with you, me, and Elliot in it, and then your live chat.
Yep.
What's being said in the chat on the right side of the screen.
Yep.
Gene Gray in the top right, and then I mean that's what I can see. Yeah, stands out right away. Some of the finer details are a little small.
There's not really any fine
Screen
details. You
size
have
of the
the
tab.
you have the tip jar over in the bottom left. You have the stream boss in the center, right, basically almost in the center, below our main screen. There is the YouTube live totals, I guess, is there. I might have to adjust that a little, maybe move it over to the way to the left if we start getting more than 10 people in this live stream. Because I don't know how if it's still going to fit in that space to where you can easily see it.
Probably not well.
Yeah. Oh, and no Corvette update. Alrighty, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this live stream today.
Now this is using your Streamlabs strictly as a host itself.
Well, I'm using Streamlabs as the broadcaster. So Streamlabs I'm using just as I'd always have. What I am doing is I am window capturing StreamYard.
Okay.
So literally, I just have StreamYard open as a browser source. Actually, not as a browser source, as a window capture. And
Alrighty.
and I have it.
Elliot tested for like a week there while we were on vacation.
Yeah, pretty much. I did play around with it then. I was going to send it as an NDI source from my other computer, but it wasn't. It was too choppy. By the time it sent it to this computer and I uploaded it as an NDI source into the window, the frame rate had dropped enough that it didn't look right. So I went to see how much impact it would have running that window on the other computer that I run the Streamlabs on, and it barely affected it at all. So as long as I'm not actually broadcasting it, it's fine. Like I said, the StreamYard, I'm not actually using it to broadcast anything. I'm just literally using it as a conference call. And then I take that conference call, do what they call a window capture. I crop out everything else that you can see. So like on the bottom, I have all of you guys individually, and I have all the different options I have for StreamYards. I crop all that out, so I'm only using the view screen.
God.
But I think it works out pretty well.
It was definitely a lot easier to get into.
Yeah, and I can add other people in really quickly too. Like let's say Hammer Down Motorsports, who just joined the live stream. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. We sound like we had a ship. I don't even know what to say if I'm welcoming somebody into the garage, man. Welcome to the pad.
I guess. Welcome aboard the mothership.
Does this sound bad? Hammer Down
Oh,
saying,
sounds fine.
yeah, I don't know. All right, well, if the sound is still jacked, let me know. I mean, I guess it's fine. I'm not getting any errors that I'm having any sound issues.
Yeah, it might be on his end.
Might be. I mean, I guess I don't have any drop frames. So I am only at like 24 frames a second.
Come on, you gotta announce that with pride.
What? No drop frames?
No, 24 frames per second.
Yay! Epically awesome. Well, no, like 6 minutes ago, apparently I had. I think that's when Chris joined. I did drop a few frames.
It's an old-fashioned Star Trek mama, huh? Give it an O, she's got Captain.
But yeah, I'm actually using less CPU with this setup than I was with Skype.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, are you actually running faster with this, the way you're doing it now, than what you were getting before?
Slightly. Well, I don't know if I'm not necessarily sure that I'm running exactly faster.
It's just cleaner.
Yeah, and I'm using less CPU. I was running around 40 to 46% CPU with using Skype and all of that. But with this setup, I'm only using 39 because I don't have the extra webcam for myself, because I would be running the webcam for Skype and the webcam for Streamlabs. Now I'm only running the one webcam. I do have the other webcam running, but it's for sound only. I'm using it as a microphone only.
Okay.
Because
at least your webcam's not doing what mine was.
Right. Because what it is StreamYards isn't broadcasting my voice to the window. You guys can hear it, but it's not playing through the window. So to capture my voice, I need a second mic, so that way the live stream can hear me.
Audio.
Yeah, so the live stream can hear me.
Right.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, and like I said, hopefully the video quality is good with you guys as well, because this is like the best setup I think I've had since Hangouts crapped out on us. I know that I didn't want to run StreamYard straight, because I don't necessarily like the whole just straight black look of StreamYards. So I didn't want to run that just by itself. So I think this is the setup that I'm going to stick with. It was simple. It was easy to use. Hopefully this allows me to run a lot smoother, and we can get these live streams back to where they were a couple months ago when we were getting 15, 16 people in here constantly. So
well, I can say from my end, as far like with the mobile device over the phone, it's much cleaner on this end, because with Skype and some of the others, I would always get like a little bit of feedback or drone, which I know a lot of that is depending on my service, depending where I am at in the country at that given moment.
God damn, trying to launch yourself through the ceiling there.
This one right now, it's like, yeah, it's like sitting in the same room with you guys right now.
Right, and then I also don't have to worry about when you guys change services areas where the screen would get bigger and smaller and take over the whole screen and all kinds of shit. I shouldn't have that problem anymore.
Oh, bummer. You mean I'm not going to white noise the screen again like I did before?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Which I still don't know how that happened, but
I don't know. It was retarded, and I got tired of it. That's why I ditched Skype because of that. But anyway, so before we start losing a bunch of people, what should we do first? Should we do beverages, or should we do what's in the... No, you know what? We're going to do what's wrong with the truck first, because Biggie's got a good one.
That's fair enough.
You can share if you can pull up the pictures. We can play.
I already have it saved. I was actually doing that earlier. All right.
I was going to say, because we can.
What's wrong with the truck?
Yeah, but we can.
Don't worry.
We can screen share now, so we can play. Guess what's wrong with the truck.
I was going to say, everybody refill their drinks, because Elliot's had several issues. I'm sure he can fill a book at this point with them.
White noise matters. All right, let's see. I think it's this one.
No, I don't want to share my video
screen to see how this layout is unique. Okay. Okay, so when you guys share screen, it should change to this. Okay. Hopefully that works.
All right, I'm getting ready to share my screen here so I can describe.
We got to let them guess first.
All right.
Shoot.
So, I'm not sure if it's actually showing anything or not. But...
Well, it's not showing anything yet. I don't know if I have to do something or not. Okay, I have to share it. Okay.
It's like, this guy's trying to share this. Can we allow it?
Yeah, that's what it is doing. Yeah, I have to allow it first. Okay, so what is wrong with the truck? See if we can get people's guesses. Well, we're going to have to give them a couple minutes to
Thank you, pilot. I know it's been broken for a while.
This is the Avalanche?
Yep. And notice that is not snow under it.
Pilot says it's broke. That's what's wrong with it.
I got a guess based on our recent experiences with Suburban last year, but I already know that us up in the stream are excluded from commenting.
Well, at first, yes. Because the thing is we can see it a lot faster than they can.
Exactly.
The picture has something to do with the answer.
Well, yeah, that is the point of the picture. No, I don't think it's a dead battery. Though,
No.
if that battery is well decimated. If it's
The battery's about the only thing I haven't had a problem with. Knock on wood.
though I do have a what's wrong with the car. We had an issue with the car the other day.
The Kia?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just about.
Miss Formula should get this one if she remembers her Suburban issues.
That's not condensation.
Yep, that was my first guess when I saw it the first time.
That is the driver's side rear door you're looking at. You can even see like the little door jamb.
Well, no, that's not fair. You didn't give me that hint when I freaking was guessing. You were not giving me that hint when I was guessing.
Driver's side rear door. Come on for me. You should get this one because your Suburban did the same thing in the driveway.
That's kind of shitty.
It got scared and peed itself.
Mhm.
It's like the little fucking what kind of dog did my ex have? She had this little tiny dog.
And screaming in the driveway that if you don't straighten your shit up, I'm gonna replace you with a Toyota Tacoma, and started crying.
Well, a Toyota Tacoma would probably last a lot longer and have a lot less issues.
But every time you walked in the door to my ex's grandparents' house, every time you walked in the door, the dog would pee at the entranceway.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh yeah, it gets so excited it pee itself.
That ain't the one I'm thinking of.
I think Pilot got it. No, not Pilot. Mrs. Formula got it. I do believe. Am I right?
Well, Mr. Formula's pretty close. I don't actually know what's wrong with it because, as far as I can tell, there is fuel cascading out the top of the fucking fuel tank and just drenching the whole thing in gas and dripping off the bottom of it.
I can tell you what it is if you want to know. Unfortunately,
it's a cracked plastic line on top of the fuel tank.
It's not the line. It's the seal and the twist where your pump goes into the top of the tank and seals.
Yeah.
Where the lines go through that, there's a little metal plate. It's rusted out, and your supply line is leaking at that point, which is what is causing your cascading drench down the sides because it's your pressure feed line going to the front of your vehicle.
Oh, great.
Oh, that sounds
lovely. Which means you've got to drop the tank, and you've got to replace the fuel pump and that whole assembly that seals in the top of the tank with your fuel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just warn me next time when you're going to close out of that. That way I can just turn it off.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let me turn it off on my end before you turn it off on yours. Ted, I like that. Now it goes straight back to the three-person
view. And it'll do that when you turn the key on without starting it, correct?
What? I don't know. I haven't tried it. I don't want to try it. I got to bring it up to the dealership tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you got to do to test. If you turn your key on and you can smell and see, all you got to do is turn it on for 2 seconds and then go back. And if you're blowing gas everywhere and can smell it and see it pouring out like you're pouring out a beer pitcher, yeah, that's your issue. That's what happened to our Suburban last fall, or last summer. Last summer, early fall. And we took it to the local shop by us with the father that owns the shop said, hey, yeah, we'll cut you a deal. We know what it is. We can get you knocked in and out because you need the vehicle to make a trip because that's the one we took to Texas for Christmas vacation. And the kid did the job. The dad was out of town when we went back to pick it, and he soaked us $1,400 for the job. Only because I didn't have time with my job to do it, but it involved jacking the vehicle up, taking the fuel tank out, sliding the fuel tank backwards 2 feet, dropping the rear of the tank, and then sliding it underneath the rear axle.
Jeez.
When you dropped it down, you had to reach up in there and unhook all the wiring and the lines and yada, 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 and then slide it out the rear, underneath the rear end of the vehicle with it jacked up in the air high enough in that side so that you could clear the tank to get it out.
I don't have to do any of those issues to get to my fuel tank.
No, you don't, because
I got 3 bolts in the fuel filler neck, and then I got the 6 bolts holding the bed down, and then I just lift the bed off. I don't even have to lift it all the way off. All I got to do is lift it up the one corner where the fuel tank is, lift that up high enough that I can get in there.
You don't even have to
Let's
jack
not
up your
forget
truck to
the-
take anything out from under it.
Oh no,
The
because
fuel
no.
fill and recovery hoses coming from the filler neck that run from the back quarter panel over the rear end and down into the back side of the fuel tank that you got to take off as well.
Well,
It's like, yeah, if
Biggie,
something breaks, we're screwed here. You must just put it in the garage and bite the bullet.
I have to pull the bed off to get to my fuel cell because the whole bottom side is armored because I have the off-road edition. Because I have the off-road edition, it's got an extra armor bracing around the whole tank.
And everything.
Oh yeah, it's so much easier just to pop the 6 bolts out of the bed and lift the bed up. Now, of course, then there's some people that'll even go to an even more extreme easy level and just cut a hole in the bed.
That's
And do that same mod that they do with the 3rd gen Trans Ams. And the 4th gens, I think, too. They do it to the 3rd and 4th, don't they?
Yes.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
I absolutely hate that.
Some of GM's ideas were a little less than stellar in the engineering department.
Well, I mean, the thing is at least with the 3rd gens, it's not too difficult to just drop it out the back. I know the 4th gens are a little more of a pain in the ass to get the gas tank out. But I absolutely hate seeing that is definitely a trigger for me, seeing the gas door trap, the gas fuel pump trap in the back of the hatch. I absolutely, especially seeing in a way some of them do it. Oh my god, sometimes it's just absolute hack job. Some of them come out nice. They actually make like a hinge door and a seal and everything, and make it look nice.
That's how I would do it. I'd do it like real articulately.
But some of them literally just duct tape and like hacksaw.
That's disgusting.
It's just horrid.
It sounds horrid.
Yeah, I mean, it's. They said you could do the job in 8 hours. It was like, when does any easy job or appear easy actually end up being easy? Because something always breaks invariably or screws up or.
Hold on, Pilot. We're not talking about the avalanche. We're all Firebird people here. Well, at least most of us. So we were actually talking about 3rd and 4th gen Trans Ams, or Firebirds, F bodies basically. Because they're the ones that have the issue with the getting the fuel cell out of the back.
Naturally.
Let's see if I can share this. By the way, if you guys are in here now and would like to see this chat get a little more lively, please share the live stream to any social media of your choice. And don't forget to hit the like button. That also helps YouTube notice that we have people in here that enjoy the live stream. Which is what I'm doing right now. So, Biggie, now that you know exactly what is going on, do you have any plans on fixing that?
No, not me personally. I called the person who sold the truck to me, and he said, I don't know if he's gonna keep his word on this, but he said he's gonna pay what I owe on it, so I don't have any negative equity, and he's gonna get me traded out of it.
Oh, you're literally gonna get rid of the truck?
Well, I mean, I was thinking about doing the brake rotors. I'm glad I didn't buy them now, because now that's, as my friend likes to call it, the chariot of fire.
It is now.
Chariot of potential fire. It's one thing after another with this thing.
It is.
I can't help but think this happening had something to do with me putting a new gas cap on, because it kept saying Titan fuel filler cap every you know what it is? It wasn't the fact of you changing the filler cap. It was the fact that it had a leak down at the bottom of the fill neck. So it was literally losing vacuum from the base of the filler neck, not the cap. Your cap was just fine. Your air leak was down lower at the top of the gas tank. Well, now I have a liquid leak at my gas tank, not an air leak.
Which is basically, it's just a shelf. So all the salt and shit that you run in winter collects up there and just sits, and there's no way to wash it out when you do an undercarriage wash.
All right.
Yeah.
Fucking salt was freaking horrible.
Yeah, you think they design vehicles to last still, but nope.
No. Why would we do that?
You gotta get right. You gotta have like a lift or something to really clean your car now. And nobody has one, or an inspection pit at least. But then you need to have a drain in your inspection pit, and most people don't go that far.
uh, so I started working on my newest design for my next T-shirt. The you guys, I think you guys, some of you guys saw it. The Motorhead one.
Possibly.
I'll give a sneak peek. This was yes, this is the very rough draft that I jotted down as it was before the idea left my head. I can't show you. I mean, I could probably show you guys the actual thing, but it might give you guys all freaking like vertigo, because unfortunately I can't share my screen for that one.
Oh.
Because it's on my other computer. Okay, so here is the very rough draft.
Oh, cool.
Very rough draft. Like, literally 5 seconds to ready to
Come
go.
on. I was about to sneeze, and then,
What? What happened?
I was about to
Honey,
sneeze,
you
and I'm pretty
forgot
sure
the paint
Chris was laughing at my face.
Cadillac has aluminum doors. Should be no rust issues. Well, unless it's got a steel structure inside of those aluminum doors.
It's probably just the skins that are aluminum.
Right, which means it'll still rot from the inside out.
Yeah, it just won't. You just won't see it on the outside until you go to open the door, and you.
But it just falls on the floor.
Yeah, until the skin falls off.
Yeah, it just. I didn't need that door anyway.
No. We're just gonna Jeep it now,
Cadillac suddenly looks like a like an '80s Jeep.
right?
Just no door.
Uh,
Or the structure of the door is still there. It's just the outer panel's just non-existent.
Next garage will have a wash bay with a lift. Oh my god, that would be so nice.
Oh my god, it would be. I'd be afraid to put my truck on that lift and just see everything that's probably rotted out of there.
I think you gotta go wash the underside of your truck and just large components just start falling out of it.
You guys remember this?
What's up? What are we
This is
looking
one of
at?
my headlight bolts that's still stuck in my 10mm.
Oh, that's right. Well, you won't need that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it makes it easier to pull the headlight out now. Just 4 bolts on top, comes right out. Well, I mean, I say it comes right out. You gotta like twist it and get it at just the right angle, then it comes out.
Right. I think my Charles bot is taking a break again today. Not Charles bot. What do I always keep calling it Charles bot? My cloud bot, I think, is taking a siesta again today.
Until like 10 minutes from now, where it just starts exploding.
It just starts spamming everything.
Spamming wouldn't be the half of it. Would just erupt in whatever.
Yeah. Let me see if I can open it up on this other computer because it wasn't
Excuse
doing anything on this one.
Topic I don't think we covered before.
Huh?
Dream garage features.
New garage features.
Dream garage features.
Oh, hey, there we go. What would be a feature that you would absolutely have to have in your garage?
Pilot said beer tapper.
Yeah, I would say some form of beverage station, whether that be a fridge with, sodas and beers in it,
No,
or
it's the
if,
fountain.
just a
What do
soda and beer fountain area.
It's like a restaurant. A little kitchen.
Rest
Little
and shower.
bit
Something.
I don't know if I need to go that far because
burgers.
well, I don't know if I need it that far because hopefully my garage isn't that far from my house. Maybe a microwave or something. I don't know if I need a whole kitchenette.
A recliner.
No, because I should not. You should not be relaxing while working.
No,
Unless
that
you have-
recliner's only for the purpose of you get kicked out of the house or locked out. You means you got a place you can lay down.
I don't know. My seats
I have to sleep in the car.
my seats in my Trans Am are pretty damn near comfortable.
Damn near comfortable.
Well, I have those 74, 75 horse collar seats.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is up and running. Why is it not? I don't know. I need to talk to the people that do.
Definitely got to have a lift.
Not queue timers, there we go. And they're all active. I don't know why it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. But, okay. Oh. It's not the doghouse, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you know what, Chris? Unfortunately for you, you'd get kicked out of the house, and she'd kick you out of the garage too, because you know her cars are in there as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd be kicked out to the truck.
The only problem with that is we usually park the truck about 15 miles from the house, and it's a long walk.
I guess you'd either be walking or taking one of the cars.
That's all right. I got a 10.
You got a 10.
I got a 10. I'll pitch in the backyard with the turkeys.
Did we lose Steve? I think we lost Steve. Oh well.
I will say it's culture shock.
Yeah.
Left the house a week ago, and it looked one way, and
That's right. It's after 9.
was back at the house yesterday afternoon. And I had to ask Miss Foreman, was she sure she was pulling in the right driveway?
Oh.
Sweet.
I think Chris is
Both
going
in color.
to dead zone.
Yeah, Chris, you're following. You're traveling through a dead zone. So we played What's Wrong with the Truck, right?
Yeah.
Anybody want to know what was wrong with the Kia?
Was it electrical?
Yeah, yes, it was.
Was it the battery?
Well, that's too fucking easy. Yeah, I was at work the other day, and I was sitting out in my car, and literally all I did was roll down the windows, and was charging my phone, and which normally doesn't ever affect it because I'm only out there for like 15 minutes, and I went to go put the windows back up to go back inside, and they ran up really, really, really slow, and then so I figured, you know what, why don't I start the car so that way, you know, whatever, and it wouldn't start. So I thought I had to jump it. So the end of shift, I went out there to go jump it, fired right up. Like, how the hell does a battery charge itself when it's not doing anything? So the other day I went to go run down. Now I didn't have any issues with it for a couple days, but the other day I went to go down to run down to the store real quick, and it was almost like it had trouble starting, like it almost wasn't going to. And it just you know, you just tell it was sluggish. It didn't have all the power it should. So I was like, I told Jess, I said, let me go down and take it down to the auto parts store and have them test it. Yeah, it had less than half of the cranking amps that it should have had.
Oh dear.
So I mean, the battery is fully charged.
Dead cell.
Yep. So, and the thing is what I can't believe. Now this is a little tiny battery. It's not a very big one. It's $150 for that stupid fucking battery, and it wasn't like a top of the line. It was just the store brand's silver line, which is like the tier, the mid tier. It wasn't the cheapy one, but it was like the mid tier, and it was $150. It's only got a 2-year warranty. Now I normally run with interstate batteries. I've run them in all of my vehicles because they have a lifetime warranty. So for as long as they think that battery is going to last, you can take it in as long as it's not past that date and go trade yourself a new one.
Nice.
So yeah, damn right. When it comes close to that freaking time of date, I let the battery freaking die, and I go take it down and go get a new one. So because they don't ask questions. So I always run it. So I thought, hey, you know, let me see when the thing is for this battery is, and get it replaced. Now, of course, 2-year warranty was definitely expired because she didn't get that. It's been about 4 or 5 years ago that she bought that.
Jeez.
So that their warranty's only only for 2 years, and the store's records only go back 2.5 years. So if you have a warranty through like one of these auto parts stores, make sure you keep the receipt because they only keep an electronic record for 2.5 years. So if you have one of those like lifetime warranties.
Yeah. Lifetime warranty, as long as you have the receipt.
That could be a pain in the backside.
What is CAA? What is CCA?
Who has found the secret on storing one of those lovely cash register receipts so that the damn thing doesn't fade over time, or you can't read it anyways?
I photocopy them or scan them into the computer.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be about it.
I used to, well, back when I first had my Nova, I used to scan all of my receipts into the computer, and I had my own basically like an electronic checkbook I used through Excel. And next to the purchase, I would paste a link to the file for that receipt.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I don't have fucking time for that shit now. That was back when I was young and actually freaking, had time for shit. Oh, all right, so let's play What's in the Cup. Chris, you want to go first?
You already told us what was in your cup.
I did? What was in my cup? Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I? Well, I ruined that one, didn't I?
Yeah, and my cup's empty. And MIA.
Oh. Chris, what do you got for us today?
So we got 2 cups of Dunkin' Donuts finest black dark roast and a bottle of vitamin water.
So you got brown river water and a vitamin water, huh? Because Dunkin' Donuts coffee never does anything for me. It's so fucking weak.
Yeah.
It might as well be water.
Weak.
Compared to some of the other truck stops, it's a step up.
Well, yeah, I guess that's probably more or less like freaking engine grease in a cup, huh? Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we don't have to worry when Chris goes out of service that his screen gets all screwy. We just can't hear him.
Yeah.
That Chris, whatever you were
on the white cup, right?
Well, yeah, whatever you just said, none of us knew, because when you go out of service, we don't have the problem like we did with Skype where your screen would get all screwy. We just can't hear you anymore. But all right, probably
that's what we got.
CCA apparently is cold cranking apps. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, but the with the interstate batteries, what I said, because Miss Formula says that most of these lifetime warranties work, you need the receipt. They mark it right on the battery, the date and year that you purchased it, and that way they can go back, and I think it's like 6 years, 5 or 6 years, and then it's the warranty's expired from that date. Because I did that with the truck and the TA. I haven't bought a new battery for the truck or the TA in the last 3 batteries. And in fact, the battery that was in the TA was actually out of the Nova, so it's been even longer since I bought a battery. Because the first battery I bought for the Nova was an interstate, and then I replaced that with a warranted one. And then the one when we put it in the Nova and the TA, did the same thing when the TA's engine blew up. And then just recently, again, because from it sitting, the batteries are going.
Speaking of engines blowing up, did you see what happened to Cletus's toast?
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't see. I guess I'm. It bent a valve, didn't it?
It bent a couple valves.
Right, but the bottom end's fine.
Had a backfire.
Yeah, the bottom end is fine.
But I didn't see the teardown.
And destroy the distributor.
And for you guys in the chat that don't know who we're talking about, there is a YouTube channel called Cletus McFarland, and he has an 80s Camaro with a 546? 632 cubic inch blown engine.
Almost literally blown.
Well, no, it did blow. But it's basically so.
Yeah, those Australians think of some pretty nuts stuff, though.
No shoot.
Like a big block supercharged 65 Mini Cooper.
Doesn't suffer there for a second.
Hey, they make some wicked race cars over there.
They aren't even race cars. They're literally just cars, just strictly made to do a burnout. And exactly nothing else.
Yeah, that's exactly all it is, because literally the gearing is done so that way it's got the most torque out to the back, and it's absolutely garbage for anything else. My God, did you see the dyno runs, though? I mean, that car literally wanted to lift right up off of the freaking dyno.
Yeah, who was it? It wasn't Jeremy tuning it. It was some other guy.
Alex.
He just blipped it, and it did, 900 horsepower?
Yeah, he freaking did. He just barely sneezed on the pedal, 900 horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at that pedal the wrong way, and you've got 600.
Yeah, for real. Look at it the right way, you got even more.
Freaking roller skate on steroids.
Pilot asks, what other YouTube channels does everybody watch? Chris, name 3 YouTube channels that you watch.
3 channels I normally watch, aside from yours, McFarland's. Past week or so I've been watching Goon Squad.
Goon Squad, yep, that's a good one.
And JR Garage.
JR Garage, okay.
And JR Business. The other thing on what they do to afford all the finery that they have sitting in their warehouse.
Okay.
Car Auto Guy, obviously, and
yeah, cannot go wrong with Jason.
Straight Six. Yeah, I follow theirs. I haven't caught their live stream since we got back from vacation. So I don't know.
They had one live stream They had one live stream the other night, and they had issues on the one, so they switched to the other channel, and it was working just fine then. So they continued to have their whole live stream. All right, Big E, go for it. Top 3.
Top 3 that I watch probably most frequently would be Jay's 2 Cents, which is a computer channel. Linus Tech Tips, another one. And one I was particularly fond of for a while is Engineering Explained. He would literally just grab a topic, say variable valve timing, and he'd break it down into each little instance.
So yeah, just explain the whole thing. Cool. All right. Because those are mostly not automotive. What's your top 3 automotive channels?
Well, actually, Jay's 2 Cents does some automotive stuff too. He's got a ZL11LE, I think.
Oh wow, nice. What generation? The 6th or the 5th? The 5th or the 6th?
The newest one.
6th.
Yeah. He's also got a 370Z.
Oh,
got
okay.
Like the Nismo variant.
Right.
Car Throttle.
Okay.
They do some stuff on there, and Donut Media.
No.
They do some interesting stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one.
They're mainly like a Facebook thing, but they just recently started getting into they just got 2 350Zs and put 2 different brake kits on them.
Okay.
They put a $400 kit on one and a $4,000 kit on the other one.
Was the other one worth $4,000?
I mean, it was a lot more consistent than the $400 one. Like the $400 one, they literally put it through so much torture that they set the brake pads on fire.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I should not have started this game when I did.
Are you playing video games while you're doing our live?
Yeah, want me to screen share?
No, not really.
Oh, come on. But we can screen share now.
I know, but it doesn't mean I want to screen share that.
Oh, come on. You don't even know what it is.
All right, we'll put it to vote. Who wants to, what are you playing?
War Thunder.
Okay, who wants to watch War Thunder with Big E on screen share? Leave a comment down in the comments.
Leave a comment in the comments.
Okay, so I think, let me see, let's go over what the people on the governing body down here says. Let's see, Pilot says he watches Rick Conti, which is a good one. Chevy Dude and Street Speed 717. Yep, I have my 717 merch. I don't know what the hell that was. I have my, is that right side up? Yep, I have my Mud Life. And I has this one here too. And we all know I bought a bunch of shit when they were giving away the Corvette. I didn't really get anything when they did the Jeep one. But I definitely got my orders in for the Mustang giveaway, so that would be freaking awesome to have on this channel, is that GT500. I don't know if you saw it, Biggie, did you?
I think so.
Yeah, these, what is it, 2013 GT500. It's got that Stars and Stripes illuminated wrap. Literally, the freaking thing glows in the dark.
Jeez.
So, yeah, definitely, I don't, obviously don't have any freaking high hopes of winning, but it would be freaking sweet. I do watch a few gaming channels. Pilot in the chat says no gaming channels. Let's see, what did I watch? The Gaming Beaver. Basically, I watch the channels that either play The Isle, which is a dinosaur game. Basically, live your life as a dinosaur. It's mainly the one I watch, so there's like 3 or 4 channels that do really a lot of stuff with that. I don't watch the big gaming channels like Markiplier, yeah, and PewDiePie and all them. I stopped watching PewDiePie a while ago. I did used to like watching
not his gaming videos, but the ones where he edits his face over like cats and dogs and the cows and
yeah, that was fun. I used to like watching
hilarious to me.
I used to like watching the ones with that little bike guy where you got to try to get the guy and with the kid on the back of it through the
Happy Wheels.
Yeah, I used to like watching those.
Hilarious.
And it's old school stuff where you do the jump scare, the horror games. But he got so stupid, I stopped watching him.
Yeah, he's into Minecraft like real big now.
Well, that's where he started. He started from Minecraft.
Yeah,
Minecraft, yep, Minecraft and horror games.
Remember
What's a horror game that begins with an A? Horror game that begins with an A. It's about
Amnesia.
Yeah, that's the one. That's one of the ones where he started.
I remember.
Yeah, we did watch games last week. Right at the end, I think you didn't share it. That was after we closed. You could screen share it when after I ended it.
Oh no, screen sharing Wreckfest.
Yeah, I think so.
And Will was watching and such. Actually, it was his idea for me to screen share so he could watch it.
What? Who?
Will.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, we can screen share now. Obviously, I'm not going to screen share my screen because if I close this window with StreamYard on it, yeah, we lose all of you guys. I can't close that window at all. I can't even shrink it. It's got to stay open. So, I mean, it'd be pointless for me to screen share the screen.
Hello?
If I had all of this stuff, if I had a dual monitor setup, that'd be different.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. So, I used to have what? At one point, I had like three monitors plus the TV and the Xbox going at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has a camera facing the screen. I'm confused. Are we talking about me? Because I don't really have a choice.
I think she's catching a reflection
What are we talking
in
about?
the window behind you.
Oh my god.
Well, that's not a computer. That's a poster.
Oh, that's where that little prick was.
Oh, last week with the baby. That was Chevy.
Yeah, that was him. His busted ass TV.
Yeah. See, I don't know if Matt wants to. Let me see if I can find Matt. Matthew Garman.
Another blowout football game.
All right, who do you think I should add? Do we want anyone else in here? Think of any YouTubers or anybody that you might know that might like to join?
Not off the top of my head, no.
I don't know anybody. Anybody in the chat want to come up here and join us up on camera? Just curiosity. Who's doing? Normally he's in bed though. Jason.
On your fat sack of lard.
Do what?
I'm talking to my 64-ton war machine.
Oh.
Oh, that's what you are. Oh, crap. Now looking at a 180-ton war machine.
At least we don't bore you to death. Except for I'm losing, no, I guess I'm not losing.
Heck yo, fuel tanks.
Pilot can't be having that bad.
Gosh.
Pilot can't be having that bad of a hair day. Well, do you know what? I can put the link in the chat, and if you guys want to join, you can. Because you won't actually join the live unless I want you to anyway, so I don't have to worry about people just clicking on the link and going crazy, which is what I did have to worry about with the Skype stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you would like to join us, up here on camera, there is the link. You click on that, and it'll bring you into a staging area, and then I can add you into the live stream itself.
Oh, jeez, that scared me.
I think Mrs. Formula needs to click on that link since she dimed.
To answer Pilot, I'm always driving on a Sunday night because the particular job I have, I run on the weekends. My actual weekend is Tuesday and Wednesday when I'm off. And then my Monday is Thursday night into Friday when we reload, and then the weekend, most normal people, Saturday, Sunday weekend is our transition drive to get from loading to delivery for Monday morning.
Well, that and most businesses, they want their product there when they start the work week.
Pretty much.
You got people. You got the time when they're trying to get rid of the product out of the warehouse because they're done making it, and then you have when they need the raw product to come into the warehouse.
And our return load, coming back east is always a tight one because we go to the probably one, if not the biggest, one of the biggest company stores in the market in Philadelphia. So everything coming in is basically already sold either to their customers that they'll unload us between midnight and 3 in the morning to load their trucks out.
Yeah.
Or the people that come in, they open the market up at 7 in the morning for the average public that, owns a store, restaurant, whatever, that can come in with their personal vans, and they'll come through the store and buy everything from the different vendors inside the market.
Not to interrupt you there, Chris, to answer Pilot's exclamation that he doesn't have a camera, if you have a smartphone, you can join. Because that link will literally work with a smartphone, a web browser. It does not care. That's one of the cool things about StreamYards is you can literally join on any mobile device.
That link I can vouch for will walk you through what you need to do because I'm a computer idiot and don't know squib.
Yep.
So
literally just
for me to be, which is why every time I've came in, Sean has had to call me direct by whatever medium he was using at the time in order to connect me. This one I walked in through myself.
Yep, walked right in the door. You just had to wait for me to open the door for you.
Yeah, I mean, it did.
Come on.
That's
You
what only.
hit the thing, hit the link, it comes up, it says go to the top of the screen, hit the 3 dots, and follow the directions. I mean, it took me 30 seconds, and I was in the staging room already with you guys, waiting for you to add me to the.
Right, it puts you into like a backstage area, a staging area,
Yeah.
and then all I got to do is allow you in. It's really simple, really easy, and you can come up here and come join in the chat and chill with us. I mean, if not this week, maybe think about it next week or whatever. As long as you have a smartphone, most smartphones have a camera.
Most. If they don't have a if they don't have a camera,
Bag
they're not
phone
very...
doesn't have a camera. Well, like I said, maybe not this week, maybe next week. It does not matter. I'm hoping to make this more. I'm hoping to make this more of an interactive chat instead of just us up here on the screen, chit-chatting away. And the other thing is, hopefully, I've got 90% of the bugs worked out of this thing, so that way, especially with this new StreamYard thing, that we don't have to sit here and have a giant discussion at the beginning of every stream about what the hell went wrong or what's not going right. Though, in other news, I do have actually news. Did anybody hear about all of the automotive YouTubers that got their freaking channels hacked and deleted?
Really?
Yeah, 5 of them. 5 major channels literally were hacked and deleted.
Jesus.
We got Built. It's gone. Pure Function that had that gorgeous Supra. Gone. Max Check Vids, if you watch any of the local automotive YouTubers from my area, will know him. He used to work for Andy from Diablo Formula Racing. He was in Mike Street Speed 717's videos a lot as well. His channel, gone. Who was that? So that's Built, Pure Function, Max Check Vids. Shoot, what was the other 2? There was 2 more. Troy Sowers. He had the white McLaren. He appeared in a lot of Nick's videos and Mike's videos. It's gone. And then there's one more.
Oh God, Pilot.
What is it?
I was gonna say if he's got an operational bag phone still, he better sell that sucker to the Smithsonian really, really fast, and then he'll have all the money he'll ever need to buy toys for the rest of his retirement.
Bag phone, isn't that what they used to use in the war?
Yeah, talk about back in
the backpack ones, right? Where you had to the
little purse you carried on your sides, what it looked like.
Yeah.
At least the one I had was.
That's funny.
It is funny.
But yeah, so let me see
I
if I
still
can...
got mine. I mean, I can plug it in powered up, but now there's an interesting question. If you still had one of those bag phones, would it be worth carrying in your vehicle?
I don't know.
Would it still connect service enough that you could dial 911 in the case of an emergency?
The thing is will it actually connect?
Totally defunct.
Yeah, well, I mean, is it like cable television or old analog television where it won't get any signal anymore?
Exactly.
Oh, also, Guitarmageddon ZL1, his channel was almost hacked. He got the email, and except for he didn't click the link.
Okay, who had the Hellcat burn up?
That was Family something. Family Cruising, and his wasn't hacked. He took his down. It did make the news. A number of well-known YouTube channels were hit by hackers this weekend in what apparently was a coordinated attack. According to ZDNet, a number of automotive YouTubers were hacked after a massive fishing expedition was unleashed on the car community channel. And the ZDNet reported that the channels for Musafer 1.3 Musafer, a 1.3 million subscriber channel, Troy Sowers at 114,000 subscribers, Max Check Vids at 48,000 subscribers, Pure Function at 39,000 subscribers, and others have been affected. As of this writing, all of those YouTube channels were unavailable to view, and it appears that some of the YouTubers aren't getting many answers. My YouTube channel got hacked. Kindly tagged by YouTube India and tell them about it, plus tell them to get my account back as soon as possible. Musafer wrote in his 88,000 Instagram followers.
All right, I'm back, even though I really didn't leave.
And the other channel was Built.
Ooh, it does have heat.
Now, Pilot said he was an ass, whoever he's talking about, if that's the same
Who?
person y'all was talking about. Whoever had the Hellcat that burned up.
Oh, that was yeah, but you know what? He might have been an ass, but a lot of that was YouTube persona. If you've ever met him in person, he was a really nice guy. Though he did have a lot of freaking shit go wrong. But the thing is what he got in trouble for, all of us do. How many times anybody who's a father here that's had their kids and let their kids like fucking cars, tell me you haven't goosed the throttle while your kid was in the car. You know, or something like that. I mean, I know that my mom used to do it with me, and yeah, it's just, there's one thing knowing you're not going to go street racing with your kid in the car. No. But you know, just playing around with the throttle and stuff like that, that's what part of what he got in trouble for.
Wow.
Was goosing the throttle with the kids in the car on camera.
That's ridiculous.
So yeah, it was Musafer. How do you spell that? It's Musafir, and he had 1.3 million subscribers, and his channel's gone. Can you imagine the income loss?
Goddamn, he's gonna have to find a normal job now.
Well, the thing is that's like going into your job, and you walk in the freaking door, and they tell you to get out. They have no idea who you are, and they don't work here anymore.
Yeah, it's like identity theft almost.
It's just gone. You just don't exist. Or I mean, what I mean, that's like going out to your garage and I'm trying to think of something that makes you money. That's like owning a freaking store, and you walk into your store the one day, and all of your merchandise in the store is gone. Shelves are wiped clean. You know, it's just because that's the thing is your channel's gone, but every single video you have uploaded is potentially making you revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not the video you just put out. Everything that you've ever put out that's public is potentially making you money at all times. And then it's just gone.
Now, has YouTube investigated any of this? I mean,
YouTube has not been very forthcoming with information, as far as last time I checked.
YouTube's not very forthcoming with anything as of recent.
No, they're not. But I mean, can you imagine that just one day you guys could have checked out my
banning videos that they think doesn't meet so-called community standards.
Right. But can you imagine?
There's one channel I subscribe to. It's called Mega Driving School. It's pretty much just a bunch of dash cam compilations. So there's people sending their videos, and it goes up there. And now he needs to have some stupid robotic voice explain what's happening in the video.
Really?
It just completely I don't know. I just can't deal with it anymore.
Why? Because he couldn't just do compilations without a voiceover?
No, hang on. I'll find his thing and I'll read it off.
All right. Yeah, because we might as well just go with automotive. Might as well just go with news.
Just close out YouTube. Derp.
But I mean, can you imagine that? Literally just going to go check out your favorite YouTuber, and he promised some awesome video and then he's gone.
That user does not exist.
Yeah, no, literally just does not. I mean, that's kind of what happened with because I didn't realize that Family Cruising was going to close down his channel. Just went in to go check one of his videos to show somebody else, and it was just gone.
All right, here I have his pin.
I have a few videos. Hold on, there. I have a few videos on my playlist that I can't get rid of. I can't make them disappear, but they just says this channel no longer exists. For some whatever reason, some people just delete their channel, or it gets deleted, or whatever. Go ahead.
All right. Apparently, a lot of people were commenting about it. It says, attention, I know you are upset because of the new video format, but this is something I needed to do, like other compilation channels, because of, YouTube policy does not allow any more video without any added value. So the YouTube team have kicked me out of the partnership program. It means no more ads on my video. So to regain access to the partner program, I need to add voice commentary with the compilation. I know, man, you don't like it, but it's something we all need to do. I hope everyone will understand the situation. Please give me your feedback regarding the new format so I can improve it. Thank you all.
Yeah, and that's bullshit. I mean, literally, you're just sitting here. YouTube is literally killing. I mean, whether or not the channel still gets to stay up, they're literally killing it because they're killing what people wanted to watch it for. I didn't want to sit here and hear somebody tell me about what the hell's going on. I just want to see it.
Yeah, people can watch it and draw their own conclusions.
But now you're going to sit here and, I mean, that might be the beginning of the end for that guy's channel anyway, because of like what you said. You just can't stand watching it anymore. So then you stop watching, and then
driving away their viewership.
Yep, and then they lose their views, and then they fade away. And it's a shame. You can't just let people do what they do. I mean, obviously he had a following, so somebody enjoyed it. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just like this. I had to change the way that I have to change the way that I did my YouTube because of when they went to the needing 1,000 subscribers, needing, whatever, so many minutes watched. Honestly, I mean, though I do enjoy coming here every Sunday night, I didn't really need to do live streams before. I still actually don't technically. This is more of a buffer zone than anything. Just to make sure that my minutes watched stay up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is why everybody's doing live streams. They're doing live streams because of the minutes watched criteria from YouTube. Mm-hmm. Because you have to meet a minimum required of minutes watched and subscribers. And the easiest way to make sure you hit your minutes watched is by a live stream, because it is the most time somebody will spend on your channel versus a 10-minute video. But, I mean, now granted, it did force me to do this, but now I've been able to connect and talk to my viewers a lot more because of this. I get to come in here every Sunday and chat with all of you guys, and we talk car stuff. We do whatever, whatever pops up and whatever we feel like talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, do I wish my live streams would do a little better? Yeah. I mean, like, unfortunately, right now it says I have 3 or 4 people in the live. I do believe that if people would start sharing the live stream, and I've also got to figure out some things on my end. I think a lot of the fact of why we don't get a lot of viewers right now is because I can't set up a notification setup, so that way people know that I'm going live on Sundays instead of just popping in. I mean, the people that have normally done this live stream should know that I come in here every Sunday unless something happens that I can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, every Sunday I'm in here at 9 o'clock, give or take a few minutes, depending on technical difficulties. Hopefully it'll be more regularly right at 9 o'clock. The live technically should start probably at 8:50 with the countdown now. If I don't increase the countdown and start it a little earlier. Just that way I know that the stream's healthy and that it's not going to have any issues. Versus before, where I would literally have to hit the start streaming button right at 9 o'clock. Which sometimes then it didn't want to work and I'd have issues, and that's why I'd end up like 20 minutes late.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the last video I posted to my channel has had 1 view, and I'm sure that was Chris. Well, and the thing is that's unfortunately, Miss Formula, that's the way everything starts. It took me like 8 months to hit 50 viewers when I first started. And now I have like anywhere from 500 to 1,000 views a day on my regular content. But it also depends on how much content you have up and how appealing it looks. Now, Mrs. Formula, I think you need to constructive criticism. I think you need to do some research on YouTube and look at ways of editing and filming
Come on.
to make your videos more appeasing to the eye and flow better. I some of those views on your channel are definitely me. I have definitely watched your videos. I haven't watched the latest one. I don't think I've seen it. I don't think it popped up. But I have watched your videos. But like I said, your videos, and like this is constructive criticism. Your videos look like YouTube 8-9 years ago. You're just gonna have to sit down and do some research and watch some videos and play around with some stuff and figure if you can figure out how you can film. I don't know what camera you're using, but it might actually be better to use the camera on your phone than whatever camera you're using. Some of them actually are better than some of the handheld cameras. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it's you need to work on, your thumbnails are your first thing people see, but also the smaller you are, the less of a reach you have. So it's going to be harder for you to get those views than a big YouTuber who literally can throw a shit video together, it have nothing as far as content, and will have like 500,000 views. Why? Because he just gets the exposure, and yeah, he may have 500,000 views, but then again, he may have been exposed to several million people. And versus that, you take that same amount of people that you're exposed to and take that same percentage of people that saw it versus people that watched it, and yeah, you'll be right about where you are. I have one video that gets a lot of exposure, and then I have other videos that I barely reach 100 views. So, I mean, my one video right now is on a climb. I mean, it had 17,000 watch minutes last week. But that's because winter's coming and people want to replace their heater core. And I'll put a Big E back up on the. Go ahead.
We definitely need to upgrade some of our camera stuff.
Well, the thing is
she has the GoPro knockoff she has.
Yeah, I have one of those.
It does a really good job. I've got it.
Do you have digital? Do you have this one?
Digital camcorder, like handheld.
Do you have this one?
I'm just.
I'm not sure if you can see that.
She can tell you better than I can. It's about like that.
Right. Well, this one is actually pretty good. It sucks for audio quality, but the video itself isn't that bad. But mainly, what I actually use, my main cameras are just an old cell phone. This is an S7 and a Galaxy S7, and I use a Galaxy S5, which I think my S5 is still in the camera bag. But between those two cameras, those are my main two cameras I use. This one more for tight spaces, or if I want to mount it somewhere. Don't use this one to film like moving shots. You know what I mean? It doesn't work very well for that. It doesn't have the video stabilization in it that the GoPros have. But I mean, literally, if you have a cell phone and it's probably an S4 or better, I don't know about the iPhones, but at least the Galaxies, if it's like an S4, S5 or better, it's got a better camera than most actual camcorders have. So, I mean, that's what I use, and then I just have I have a mount that I mounted to. That's why you see that it's on. Actually, this right now, it's mounted on my tripod stand because I mounted to the tripod. But I also have an actual camera holder meant for an actual camera that I mounted to as well, just to make the shots more stable, so my hands aren't so shaky, and you don't get the noise from my hands touching the body of the phone. And the other thing with doing that is you don't have to worry about getting your fingers in the shot while you're holding the phone.
Now, when you're using your phone when you're recording like that, do you actually flip your lens so that you're using the lens on the back of the camera so that you can see what you're recording?
Well, the lens on
the screen.
The lens on
the
back, the lens on the back of the phone. Okay, so the one that's on the battery side of the phone, that is your
Correct.
better camera. The forward-facing camera is not as good. The only time I use the forward-facing camera is doing strictly for the talking. So like when I'm talking to you guys directly and you guys see me on, that's a forward-facing camera. Because I don't have like a flip screen to be able to see and still use the good camera. But I have no idea where I'm pointing the camera if I don't. But the problem you have doing that also, and you'll notice in a lot of my videos, I have a hard time looking at the camera lens because you want to look at the video that you want to look at yourself a lot of the times when you're filming. Well, the thing is the camera is not right in the center of that screen. The camera is off to either one side or the other, depending on which way you're holding the phone. So when you look at me talking to you, it looks like I'm talking to somebody off to your right or to your left. And even though it's only like an inch or two on the phone, when you view the footage back, it looks like I'm talking to somebody that's like 3 or 4 feet off to one direction than where the camera's pointing. And I got to remember to look at the edge of the phone with the camera. And it's a bad habit I know have.
The one video that she put it together, or I put it together. Well, regardless, the one video that's on our Firebird channel, we did at the cruise that she did with Princess. It was the Pontiac Tech Day where the Pontiac Owner Association did Tech Day at the car dealer. But I think they were the dealer. But usually they do a show some weekend. And anybody interested in Pontiacs can basically come in and ask questions about the cars, which is essentially what they do.
Right.
And then they did a cruise to a restaurant. So it's it's basically a raw footage video because that was before I had anything to try to do any real editing. I used whatever was in YouTube to put it together. I think it was one of the first videos we put up. That whole thing was shot with her little knockoff camera.
Yeah, and the thing is
and then the one she did clay barring her car, she used. I have a little handheld like digital camcorder. It's a digital camcorder.
All right.
The video quality. Now
I think that's one of the ones that I saw.
Settings and stuff that we need to mess with in it.
Well, you should be recording.
It's a cheap knockoff camera, and it didn't. I wasn't impressed with the video quality of the camcorder style camera I have.
No.
But like I said, that was just turn it on, video mode, whatever it was, hit the record button, and there you go.
I love those style cameras, but the thing is the camera that I want is the it's a Sony Handycam, and like I said, when it came out, it was like $1,300. Now I can pick them up for anywhere from $200 to $600.
Jesus.
It was a really, really, really good computer camera, and if you watch some of my
brand
vids,
new or is that a refurbished?
There's nowhere anymore brand new. That camera's been discontinued for years.
Okay.
But that camera shoots in 1080p and has night vision.
Nice.
So the thing is that's the camera that if I want to be able to just quick point and shoot and use. If you guys have seen the video of when I got assaulted, that was shot using that camera. There's a couple other ones around that time, but around 2014 when I first got the Trans Am, was using that camera. It was better than the cameras that I'm using now, but like I said, I can't afford today's new cameras that people are using, and I'd actually probably be afraid to pick one of those DSLR cameras up to film what I film. So using that kind of camcorder would be so much easier for recording in the shop than using my phone. But for working with what I got, these phones produce really, really nice quality video. So, like anything that I filmed in the last 3 years has been used with cell phones. except for the few shots where I do use this, which I didn't get this until Christmas, so that should tell you. So there actually hasn't been
And the batteries last longer than most of them.
Oh, no. The battery on this lasts like freaking 15, 20, 30 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, your cell phone usually lasts longer than that.
Yeah, and plus, you know, my cell phone I can also use while it's plugged in and charging. So normally when it's on the tripod, I have the camera plugged in. Well, the phone or whatever, I normally have it plugged in when it's on the tripod, and I only unplug it when I'm going to carry it around and film something. What I liked about the Galaxy S5 is I had like 6 batteries for that phone. So I always had several just sitting in the backpack waiting to throw in because that had a removable back. When I got to the S7, it has a glass back. Well, you can't take the batteries out anymore. So I can't go buy extra batteries for it to use. So I actually have a rechargeable battery pack that I carry around with me too in case I'm out somewhere where I can't plug it in.
Yeah. Speaking of batteries, like all the all the fancy drones that people use to.
Oh, I want one so badly, so badly.
Batteries on those last like 15 minutes at best.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I don't need it. I don't need it for a whole lot. Like literally, but you can also get extra batteries for that as well. They have.
You can, but you'd have to bring it back to where you are, have it land, change the battery
and
out.
the thing is what I would use it for, being an automotive channel, would just be some quick driving shots. Or let's say I were to take the truck out mudding, I might do a pass across the mud field in front of the truck or something. Basically, what I would want to use it for, and it would have to be a drone with those GPS locating, where it can follow an object. That's what I would use it for, because honestly, I don't think I could fly that thing worth a shit.
Probably not.
I saw one the other day while I was watching YouTube stuff. How it comes up with all the ads.
Yeah.
They posted an ad that popped up. I don't remember the brand now, but it was like you were saying with the GPS locator and app. But this thing had, they called it smart avoidance technology. But you could actually launch it from somewhere.
Yeah, it needs to be.
Say you're riding a mountain bike person. That's what was in the ad. They were riding mountain bikes. They launched the drone, and it followed them, shooting them from overhead.
Yeah, that's what I would want to use it for.
It would avoid trees and things like that, so that it wouldn't run into them.
Yeah, that would be what I would use it for like driving shots, following the Trans Am or whatever. Things like that would be what I would use it for. But obviously, that has no use for me if all of my vehicles are sitting in the garage.
Touche.
Yeah.
Though I do have.
I'd be the one that find the way that set that on autopilot and get it working and still find a way to crash it.
Pilot says he has a 2.5 megapixel camera that he bought 4 years ago. The problem is that camera you bought 4 years ago might not be any good anymore. It may have sat in that box, and you know what? It might as well may just end up staying in that box because, unless you're doing something like, if you're not doing what we're doing, just shooting your regular family, family stuff, it'd probably be fine. But for how far technology has gone and the fact of how, the view definition of today's devices and everything else, that camera may only be shooting in 480, maybe 720.
Yeah.
And, it's just, 720 at a high frame rate where you're probably not going to film it at that. And, I don't know. That's the thing that sucks is, when you don't use something, it kind of wasted because it just goes obsolete before you end up using it. Though, anybody want to play What's in the Box? Or should we play What's in the Truck first?
I want to play What's in the Truck first.
We'll play What's in the Truck first? Okay, What's in the Truck, Chris?
Let's see how good our audience can guess. Miss Formula already knows because she wanted some. But and we already know I'm going to the produce market in Philadelphia. So the only hint I'll give, I don't have any vegetables. It's fruit.
No,
Apples.
no. Bananas.
Two different kinds of fruit.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Do you have a herd of minions following the back of your truck?
Have a what?
A herd of minions.
No.
So you don't have bananas.
No.
Ah, okay. That was my guess.
Lemons?
No.
Are the fruits of primary color?
More. I mean, lemons and bananas that are more considered a tropical style, warmer climate. So.
So this
Mine
is
is
more of a
ignored.
hardy fruit, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Which would be like apples and pears.
Bingo.
Right? It's pears, apples and pears.
Yes.
I wanted to say pears too.
I love pears.
Which is unusual. Usually I don't get pears. Normally
Lettuce.
I got,
Lettuce
mainly
spray.
it's full apples.
Lettuce.
Apples are pretty far.
Oh my god. That's a dad joke right there. You could tell he's got a kid.
Right?
God damn.
Yeah, thank God we don't get much greens anymore because they're just a pain in the ass. They're too sensitive. Too much headache. I mean, we'll get occasionally we'll get some asparagus, and that shit's just it don't matter what you do with it. It's I don't know what the hell would you call it? I'm trying to think. Basically, think of a pallet stacked up 7 feet tall that does not have the same property. It's got the properties of moving around like a weeble wobble, but the shit won't stay upright.
It weebles and wobbles but falls over.
Yes.
You don't tell me about stuff falling over. I seen freaking
Yeah, that's right. You work at Walmart.
But probably the best thing we get would be the cherries, which the cherries we get out of Washington are probably about as big around as a 50-cent piece.
All right.
So I thought, well, okay, these are kind of neat. I got a bag when I unloaded, they were inspecting. The guy gave me a bundle out of the bag. Like, okay, those are pretty sweet. That's fancy. Oh, and everything you buy in the market's case lot. So you buy a case, whatever you want.
All right.
Okay, I'll go get it. These are pretty good. You want some cherries? Yeah, that'd be neat. I'll go look into a case. Yeah, $85 a case. No, I don't think so.
You can't eat them fast enough.
Not happening today. And actually, last time I was in the markets before I went on vacation, Miss Foreman was with me. I actually got something I'd never had before, and actually I'd never heard about it. Yeah, it looked like your average run-of-the-mill big grape, like a big Concord grape.
All right.
But they were cotton candy flavored and called cotton candy grapes.
Oh,
That
I know
is
about
weird.
those. I haven't tried them.
Definitely weird.
Strange. Yes, strange. I mean, it tastes just like having cotton candy, but it was a grape. So like I think, man, that's got to, if you could, mash them down and ferment them, that got to make one hell of an interesting bottle of wine.
I don't see why we need a flavored grapes. Like, why do we play God?
I don't know.
Grapes have a flavor.
Then again-
It's called grape.
Then again, our nice, comfortable orange carrot. You realize that's man-made?
Oh.
Carrots were never orange.
Yep, they're white.
They're white and purple.
Or blue.
Oh, no, like a purpley blue.
No.
The natural color for a carrot is either white or like a dark purpley blue. That's the natural color of a carrot. Corn, the corn that we know, never looked like that until humans got involved. It was literally like this little tiny little shriveled thing with these really hard tiny little kernels. We bred the corn to have those big.
Yeah, crossbreeding.
Yep.
Ow.
Well, it's not necessarily even crossbreeding; it's selective breeding. So
Yeah.
if you only pick the ones that have the bigger fruit, and you only breed the fruit that has the bigger fruit together, well, eventually mutation is going to take it in the direction you want it to go. The answer to Mrs. Formula's question, who decided they needed to be orange? They were bred to be orange for a certain king at the time that's favorite color was orange.
Well,
So, yep, that's why they ended up orange. Because if you go, I don't have the answer right in front of me, but yeah, if you go Google it, there was a king at one point, and they bred the carrot orange for that king, and then they started spreading all over the place, and the most of us don't even know what a yellow or purple carrot looks like anymore.
clearly.
I love how we're an automotive channel. We're talking about freaking genetics and
Produce,
vegetables.
carrots, and
Chris, what are you doing to us? This is Chris's fault. We had to ask him what was on the truck.
Yeah, what can I say? It's like all the different varieties of potatoes you can get.
Well, I mean, what Mrs. Formula says
I'm
corn
still
is...
waiting to get the apples. I went in to get paperwork. I'm going to say 2 years ago now.
All right.
And I seen an apple on the counter where you sign your paperwork once you loaded to leave. And I'm like, wow, that's an interesting plastic decoration. You know, 'cause that's what I thought it was. It's like, you know, come out of a bowl of plastic vegetables and fruit that people think they need to decorate their kitchens with.
All right.
Until I got closer in inspection, it wasn't a decoration. They have a variety of apple, which is a hybrid, like you were just saying. It's been bred and modified and whatever else,
Right.
along the Granny Smith family, which are for baking pies, which if anyone's familiar with the Granny Smiths, those are the green skin ones. And it's about the size of a cantaloupe, maybe a little bigger. One apple. One apple will make a full 10-inch pie.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Yes.
My God, you could throw that apple at someone and do some serious damage.
Right?
You could.
Food fight. No. Good
And
Lord.
I shit when the guy told me they were real apples. So, you know, and they said, yeah, they're real. See, look here. And then he went back in the, you know, behind the office behind him, opened the refrigerator, and they had one in there. They were slicing, you know, they had opened and sliced down. You know, here, have a slice. You know, the biggest I can say, if you take a cantaloupe and cut, you know, a quarter and an eighth of it out
Right.
of a cantaloupe, that is the slice of apple he handed me. You know, I was like eating 2 regular size apples in that one slice. I couldn't believe it. Of course, at the time, I mean, never fails, right? At the time, you left your phone in the truck or in the car or your pocket, or the battery's dead, so I couldn't get a picture of it.
Mhm.
If you didn't take a picture of it, it didn't exist.
But then, if I got a picture of it and come back here on the East Coast, people say, "Well, you're full of shit. That's
It's
Photoshopped.
Photoshopped."
You enlarged that and copied it."
Yeah.
All right, I can do that. That's easy for me. How do you think I create half the shit I do for, you know, all my YouTube channel?
Probably Google that kind of apple now.
You don't really think that I painted a door in my Trans Am to look like an American flag, did you?
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you guys caught that thumbnail, but yeah, that's all editing.
So
Clickbait.
I was like, man, you got really bored. How you could use one of them to go bowling with fucking kids.
Just stab a few holes in it.
Kids with them as spins. Use the kids as spins.
There you
Yeah.
go, man.
Good Lord. Make a new Olympic sport out of that.
Apple a day keeps the kids away.
Yeah. And if you throw it hard enough, the doctor too.
I tell you something. We used to
See a
play
physician
apple
drunk out of a
baseball.
hospital before?
I mean, can you imagine hitting one of them with a Louisville Slugger?
Oh my god.
Good Lord.
Probably break the bat.
Or your wrists.
Yeah, we used to. Well, I can't say we used to. Let's just say I observed an occurrence one night where there was a long sidewalk about 50 feet long that run to the edge of a highway, which was a sort of it was like a back main road through a town.
All right.
With an apple tree at the far end of it, and a group of kids decided it'd be fun to, hey, there's a car coming, and well, they take and go bowling and roll apples out the driveway and see if they could hop the curb up in the air and catch a car, or the car catch the apple, vice versa. It was a great game until somebody got one of Pennsylvania's finest.
Ooh.
And those red bubble gums are really bright when they come on.
Yeah. Just a little bit. I had one of
Work's
them.
all said and fine. Everybody scattered out through the houses, disappeared. Nobody knew nothing. I was all, okay, all right, we got away with it. We are run away. The cop left. We can all come back now. And then the neighbor across the street says, well, I saw what you boys been doing. It was kind of comical, but now you can come over and pick all these apples up out of my yard that you managed to get across the road, or I'm going to call the cop back and tell him where you're exactly at and where you went, because I know where your clubhouse is across the river.
Dive your ass out.
And the bit that, but sir, we were helping your wife. She said she wanted to bake you a lovely apple pie. That's why we tossed them over there, making she wouldn't have to cross the busy street to pick them. That guy, it's probably a good thing his wife turned right around and says, well, boys, my wife couldn't bake a damn egg, let alone an apple pie. So that's the lamest excuse I've ever heard. Pick them up or I call the cops. I said, she can't cook. I do all the cooking in the house. I'm like, oh, okay.
Pilot says it's almost 2020. We're supposed to have flying cars by now. I saw it on the Mechanics Illustrated in the 1970s. The thing is technically we do have flying cars. They are just nowhere near ready for the general public.
Oh no!
But people have made hovering and flying cars.
Yeah, people have made them, but I don't think Karen, who's department manager at Dick's Sporting Goods, is going to be able to pilot one of them to work.
I don't know. Google keeps it up. They'll be driving themselves.
I mean, do we have Teslas that are self-driving cars? I mean, they're not really.
Yeah, they self-drive themselves right into a freaking concrete barrier.
Technically, they had flying cars back in the 60s.
You mean the ones that they launched off the cliff?
You had a kit that you could buy for a Volkswagen Beetle, and there was another car that was made that basically you backed into the back half of an airplane fuselage and fastened the car to it, and you had a set of wings, and it turned the car into an airplane, and you flew it as such. You get to the next airport, you go park where they told you to, unhook it from the car, and you had a car to drive around doing whatever you were doing.
Now, did anybody actually see? Did actually anybody ever see this thing actually work?
And they have one. They actually have one in the Experimental Aircraft Association Museum up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Well, the next time,
every year that they do the what the hell do they call it? Basically, they have a big fly-in where everybody comes in, they have like a big week-long event.
Right.
And they pull this car out of the museum and they go fly it. It's still operational.
You're shitting,
I can't remember what the hell it's named. No, straight up serious.
Damn.
It was
not bad.
Some aeronautical engineer designed it. Like Paula was saying, it was going to be the next best thing back then to solve congestion on highways. Because instead of having to go, you could do longer trips. You could fly to the next town over airport and go shop at the bigger store, and then fly back home close, and then drive to your house a couple miles instead of having the big commutes. Then
the internet came out. We no longer have to go anywhere to go to the store. We just sit in our freaking couches and order it right on our phone, and it shows up at our door.
Yeah. Thank you, Amazon, right?
All right.
Yeah, for real.
We don't need stores anymore. Stores are obsolete. We don't even need to drive anymore.
Yeah, the EAA. See, Pilot probably knows about it. He might have even been to the museum before. I mean, I was there. I was stuck there for a weekend, and I went to the museum both days, and I still didn't see everything. It's that big.
Wow.
Damn.
And they got one whole. I mean, they built one hangar off the side of it that'll probably hold at a quick guess 14 jumbo passenger jets of today. It's that big, and it is dedicated to nothing but a World War II exhibit.
Damn.
Interesting.
That'd be something cool to see.
It is a perfect road trip place to go if you're interested in any kind of aviation stuff. Because the shit they had crammed in, and the one side, they got old cars and stuff in it. You know, it wasn't just all airplanes. I couldn't believe the shit they had packed in there. When you first walk in, you pay, and then you turn to go in the museum. You look in the ceiling, and they have a replica of the very first airplane built that the Wright brothers flew, hanging in the ceiling.
Nice.
Which is just, yeah, you look at that thing, it's like, boy, them boys was either very damn drunk or had one hell of a set of kahunas, because I'll be damned if I try to fly that thing.
When you're trying to do your own merch plugs while live streaming, because your stream, your thingamajiggy that you actually have to go do that for you isn't working.
It's on strike. It's like the GM works.
Yeah, it reminds me, I need to renew my EAA membership. I can't remember what the heck they call the fly-in thing. I mean, they got a specific name for it.
Beats me.
But, I mean, that's like the national show, and then they'll have smaller shows at airports around the country where they have EAA chapters. I mean, I'm sure there's some here in PA. It's just a matter of doing a research or whatever to figure out where they're at. But just some of the stuff they had is like, that thing flies? You're kidding me, right?
It gets off the road?
Someone pilots that thing? Jesus.
Yeah. They got one plane that a guy and a girl did the circumnavigation of the Earth.
Is that was that Amelia Earhart, or didn't she make it all the way around? Did she?
No, she didn't. I don't remember who it is.
Don't think that there was a pilot license back then. Pilot?
Yeah, no one.
Does
there was no pilot.
Does Pilot have a pilot license?
I mean, he had a Corvette.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's close to flying.
That's true.
I mean, if you're hit at the crest of a hill fast enough.
An Air Venture.
There it is. Air Venture. Thank you, sir. I missed it by a week. I was there the week before they were going to have that.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
But that in which, bringing up YouTube channels, there's a guy that built was basically the first turbine engine like an experimental bush pilot type airplane, that type of design. If you're familiar with the ones they fly in Alaska, you know, like 2-seater planes or whatever.
Yeah, with the pontoons.
He built one with a rotary turbine or something engine that he called Draco.
Oh.
That he flew into this Air Adventure show last year. I've been watching his channel on some of the things. In fact, he just crashed his plane last week.
Well, that thing's not gonna fly now.
That he built. He tried to take off in a crosswind, and a gust of wind come along the runway right after he lifted off and picked his left wing up and basically almost belly sided him up, turned him completely sideways, and he come back down and landed rather ugly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Oh,
which
I can fly.
The thing would just, I mean,
I get it again. He had a good one this time.
I know, man.
like within.
Hold on, Chris.
feet.
Chris, you gotta start over. We lost you.
We're gone.
Hello.
Can you hear us, Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
You need to start back somewhere.
Did it rehook itself?
Yeah. You were only gone for like 45 seconds.
I think that's
Hello.
on the high end.
Maybe.
It's more like 10, 12.
I don't know. I was just going to throw a number out there to throw a number out there.
We're on a roll on it. That's all it was.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Miss Formula said she could hear everyone, but then again, I don't know. I don't know why me and Big E couldn't hear Chris. Considering it's taking
I can hear you.
it's taking the stream straight from what me and Big E hear and putting it out to you guys. So if we can't hear it, you guys definitely aren't hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, unless magically it's just skipping us. Oh.
Anything possible.
Yeah, anything.
Ow.
Anyway, so anybody wants to know what's in this big box? No?
I mean, we do.
You do? You know what's in the box?
Oh, we want to know what's in the box.
You do. You want to know what's in the box. You
Yeah.
guys,
It's not a fresh pizza, that's for sure.
You guys want to know what's in the box.
Here's a knife.
It has a knife.
Just grab it.
The problem is
That's the kind of technology we need.
I think the knife is in the box.
Ow.
I gotta watch it because my name is on the front of the box. No, it's not computer parts.
He wishes.
No, I haven't. Honestly, I haven't bought a single computer part yet.
Wow.
It's going to be a blow-up replica of our fearless leader for one lucky viewer.
A penis? Biggie doesn't even have any words.
Just speechless.
It's not a blow up anything. Though something might blow up if this doesn't work. There's your clue.
I'll say his new motherboard or something for the new computer system he wants to build.
No computer parts. I have not bought a single computer part yet because I had to buy these.
No computer part. Okay.
Is it a car part?
It is a car part. Or at least a car part.
New clutch pack for the Dodge transmission.
Those would fit in this box, but no.
Is it for the TA?
No, it's not for the TA.
Is it for the truck?
It is for the truck.
Is it...
New steering wheel.
Why the fuck would I get a steering wheel for the truck if it doesn't
work? I mean, if you don't have a steering wheel, your vehicle doesn't immediately explode all the GTA.
Well, I don't know if the truck would immediately explode if this part doesn't work, but it will explode at some point if it doesn't work. Most likely, probably by my hands.
I don't know. O2 sensors?
No, not O2 sensors. LED. That would be freaking sweet, but no, it's not. It's not an LED dash kit for the TA.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't have money to blow on things that I don't need, so it's got to be something that I needed. Otherwise, it would be computer parts.
O2 sensors.
I just said O2 sensors.
I never needed O2. Well, I haven't needed O2 sensors for the truck in 3 years because it hasn't gone anywhere.
Is it for the transmission?
It is for the transmission.
What?
It is a new pump for the fluid.
Nope.
Make the transmission operate.
No, I just put the new pump in the transmission a couple of weeks ago.
Is it the valve body rebuild kit?
Yes.
Finally.
It is the valve body rebuild kit. And it's actually not just a regular rebuild kit. This is the Tim Allen Grunt rebuild kit. Yes. However that fucking goes. But I was actually waiting. This was the last part that I was waiting for right here, which is the 3/4 shift and the fuck is the lockup.
Oh.
That was the last one that I was waiting for. You guys don't know because I don't think I put the video out yet, but I broke the speed sensor on the transmission at some point. The one part is still in the transmission, but the plug is missing. But obviously got this sensor too, the Borg Warner 1/2 shift, I think it is. And then the pressure. One of these is a pressure regulator, and one of them is a 1/2 shift. Got both of those. See, I told you, knife was in the box.
Smooth.
Because the box was already open. But then I got. Now I know it says diesel on it, but that doesn't really fucking matter. It's the same kit.
Diesel.
Yes. So then I got the Transgo complete shift kit. So it'll increase the fluid pressure all the way across the board, which was what my issue has been to begin with. Anyways, is fluid pressure isn't high enough. So it should really be high enough if it also fixed whatever was wrong with the transmission to begin with, which I think was the sensor was bad. I have a feeling that all of this bullshit that I've been having with this transmission had to be with a bad pressure regulator in the transmission, the one solenoid, and it not throwing a code. Because the whole time it did not throw a code.
Strange.
So, yeah, I think the last video I have out, I haven't put the transmission. I've taken the valve body out, but I don't think I've gone through the valve body or anything in the last video. That's the one that I've been procrastinating editing. A, because morally I'm just completely bummed out about this truck, and B, I'm completely frustrated with this laptop with the editing software because it wants to freeze every 10 seconds.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm bummed out about a truck too, so.
Yeah, except yours might actually blow up.
Yeah, literally. Chariot of fire.
You got full coverage?
I got the fucking 40-page pamphlet over here. My old insurance policy actually said, what did it say? Acts of war are covered, so like my truck just gets like run over by an Abrams or something like that. Just call it my insurance company.
Quick! The Abrams is coming down the street. Throw the truck out in front of it.
Yeah, for real. That'd be an awkward conversation with the insurance company. And was anyone in the vehicle?
No, we ditched it right before we got ran over.
I mean, fucking the roof and the floor pan would probably be fucking touching,
Yeah, we saw it coming, and we couldn't get the truck out of the way fast enough, so we ditched the truck.
You couldn't get it into the way fast enough, more like.
Shh, they don't need to know that.
The best ones when you have one of those unfortunate incidents like that. Send us a picture. You send a picture, and the engine's laying over on this side of the road, and the vehicle's on this side of the road. And the next person asks you, "Is the vehicle drivable?"
Sure. Put it on a flatbed, and it'll drive.
Yeah.
Wherever the flatbed takes it.
Flintstone this bitch.
Guys, like, send a wrecker.
Oh my god!
Did you guys see that guy who was driving a Mustang, and I think he hit two separate phone poles, and one cut the car in half. The second one cut half of the car in half.
I think so. It was like a Fox body.
I don't think it was a Fox body. I think it was the generation after the Fox body.
Because I know that there was one that I was watching. It was somebody's like baby, and he had it completely freaking restored, and he was doing something, and he clipped at least a telephone pole, and completely split the car in half. And I think he had to rebuild this car twice before that happened. Like he rebuilt it and ended up changing hands, and he ended up getting it back and having to rebuild it again. I forget exactly how the story went, but the end result is the car was in pieces, and he was lucky to be alive.
Did you just pass the cop, Chris?
I did.
I thought so.
I don't know. Is it legal to be freaking?
There was a badass four-wheeler must have screamed through the construction zone. Smokey Bear on the other end of him telling me,
No.
I was gonna say, are we gonna have to worry about you getting
some of
pulled
these
over
damn lights
for?
are putting on them anymore are just atrocious at night. God.
They're LEDs.
Yeah, they are too. Our town cops up here, they got new cop cars. It's the Ford Edge, whatever the hell it is, and it's got red lights on the rear that when they hit the brakes, those things light up, and it's like spotlights. It's crazy.
Freaking
I don't know
LED
what is
package
with-
they got.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with.
I pointed something out to Miss Formula when we were going back to the house when we started our vacation, which is kind of, I said, see, even if you get pulled over by a cop in Ohio, they're actually, they're showing everybody else exactly how you're feeling at that moment. They do have a kind heart. She says, what are you talking about? I said, next one we see, look at the back tail lights. They've incorporated a flea flicking operation in their tail lights. 1 minute it's a full white, the next minute it goes to another design, and the car looks like someone's mouth frowning, very unhappy.
That's funny.
I don't know what is with the stream tonight, but I've been watching the amount of viewers that we've had, and oh my god, like every fucking couple of minutes it fluctuates as high as up as 7 and as low as 4. and it just keeps
Weird.
going up and down and up and down and up and down. I'm like, I have it right here, and it's literally just boom, 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 boom. There's no steady stream of viewers. It just was weird. I'm surprised I don't have many, like, most of you guys are watching it in 480p. It breaks it down all the way into what quality people are watching the stream in.
Jeez.
Most of you guys, most everybody is watching it in 480p. Only one person right now is watching it in 720. I got 2 people watching it in 360, which is really low. Yeah. I got nobody watching it in 240 though. I did have a few people in the beginning watching it in 240.
Nope, there goes Chris.
Oh no. Bye-bye. Boo-boo. Hopefully he knows how to get back in.
Hopefully.
If we're still here. Neighbor's dog was barking at 12:22 a.m. last Sunday. She doesn't like my 3200 lumen flashlight strobe in her window.
I wouldn't
That's fucking hilarious.
Crash goes service.
Well, hopefully service comes back shortly, and like I said, hopefully he realizes how to get back in, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah. Oh, this chair is murder on my back.
Oh, this one ain't much better, man. Like I said, I've been sitting here now for what?
No, your chair's probably better than mine.
I don't know. It's not that great. It's an El Cheapo one from Amazon.
Well, mine is like literally, oh fuck, how old is it? At least 10 years old, easy.
Oh, this one's not that old.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I can tell when he left because the freaking views dropped too.
Oh, well. It says 6 on YouTube.
Right now I'm running at 5 on the analytics page.
Oh. How many people are watching in whatever quality now?
We have 3 people watching in 480. We have, we just went up.
Oh, geez.
We just went up to 2 people watching in 360. We were down to none. And we still have 1 person watching in 720.
Oh.
721 has been basically consistent, so that one might be me.
Might.
Because I have, I don't know what this is. Nope, that one of the 360s is me.
Jeez.
Because the little preview window is in 360.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the 360s is me. Which I don't know why that dropped all the way down to 0 unless... Because obviously one of them is me. Unless it's not counting that stream. Because I don't have any others playing right now, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I can check. Manage. Oh no, that one is playing. What is this one playing in? That one's playing in 360 as well. Well, we can stop playing that one. Alrighty. Back to analytics, see if that dropped. But we have Chris's back. It should give me a little bit of a ding or a notice when somebody pops in down there for me to add them. Because, like, the first time Chris showed up, he was sitting down there for a little bit before I noticed him.
What the hell are you witnessing, Chris?
My God.
What is that bright-ass light?
That bright-ass light happens to be one of the tunnels on the
Okay.
expensive Pennsylvania Turnpike.
You're in PA? Are you leaving PA?
Yes. Yeah, I'm in PA.
You coming back?
I'm headed for Philly now.
Oh, okay. I have some friends that are down in Philly right now.
I bet you do.
Where are you at?
Just coming out of the... What the hell tunnel is this? Basically, I'm about 30 miles west of Carlisle.
Okay, so you're still further out west. Okay.
Yeah, Willow Hill, Fort Loudon. The Tuscarora Mountain Tunnel
Yeah, I know where that is.
is a single tunnel about the 187 mile marker, and then the next ones will have the double tunnels at the Blue Mountain interchange.
Right.
Which actually 2 tunnels back to back I'll go through. Here
I
in
like
about
he's out in the
8
relative
miles.
open. He's out in the relative open, and he lost all his service, but he could join the stream in a tunnel.
Yeah, he says that there's no comments from me. I don't know who all is in. It doesn't tell me who. All right, participants. Yeah, it's only telling me people that have actually chatted, which is 4, which is Chris,
I was saying,
Miss
I come
Formula,
back in
me, and
backstage.
Pilot.
I needed that hook, that they used to use in the theatrics shows when they absolutely sucked. And yeah, I needed one of those little hooks when I come back in, so I could have shot it across the screen. There's like, dumbass is back.
The thing is when you come back on my end of the thing, you're just blurred out down at the bottom. It's just grayed out. So like I don't even really notice it because also you're kind of slightly behind my panel for Streamlabs. Because I have Streamlabs over top of the window for StreamYard.
Right.
So
yes, I said I don't know how quick because it said you've entered backstage, but I don't know how quick the transition is between that show me and then
should be almost instant.
You actually being able to hear me.
I don't hear you at all
when I speak.
I don't hear you until I add you.
It's kind of
okay.
So like the only reason like I said, I wish it would make like some kind of little bell or some notification to show up that you're down there. Because let's say I don't even have that window out, that I'm just using Streamlabs and that window's just in the background. I literally had to move it over so that way I could see who was popping in and out. What's 720?
What?
Yeah. And to answer one of Miss Formula's comments,
I think I was Pilot saying what he's watching it in.
Okay. So
navigation. I wasn't talking about Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
There was a gentleman and another woman that actually completed the trip.
Yeah, I don't know who. Yeah,
the late 90s.
Amelia, I do believe Amelia tried to do it until he said they got lost over the Pacific, and then I guess they didn't do it again for a while until that other people.
Yeah, it was either mid to late 90s or early 2000s, but I mean they built this really weird looking freaking airplane that basically they laid down in to fly it.
I think I remember. Hang on a second.
Let's see if Grant will pop in.
Charles Lindbergh? I don't know why that name just resonates for whatever reason. Not charges.
But yeah, some of the stuff they had in there, I mean, that's an airplane. I mean, it looks like a pregnant go-kart. Hey, if anybody's froggy, there's somebody right here in our fine state over in Somerset that has a couple experimental aircrafts for sale. Project airplanes, they need finished. They only want $5,000 for the pair of them.
It wasn't Charles Lindbergh. Charles Lindbergh flew from New York to Paris. 33 and a half hours.
This was more recent when they did the global trip.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hop out of here, guys. This chair's murdering my back.
Alrighty. Well, I don't think I might not be on here too much longer then.
Alrighty.
Look at it, Big E. Good luck with the avalanche.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Hopefully, I'm gonna trade out.
Although, if you really feel like taking a road trip, you can use the appropriately named vehicle and lose it over a mountainside up in Montana right now. Ain't an appropriate avalanche because they just got better than 2 feet of snow.
I mean, given that thing's track record so far, I don't think it'd make it to Montana without having another breakdown.
Right.
And then it'd just be an avalanche of debt and repair bills and a bunch of other crap.
So what are you thinking about getting?
I don't know, maybe a newer avalanche, because the year right after the one I have, they dropped the 4L, whatever the hell it is. You can get the 60 or the 4L70.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I had the 4L60 because something in the bottom, something under that thing's clunking like a, I won't say, because I can't think of something that clunks. like a bad mechanical issue.
The fucking neighbor's kids upstairs when you live in an apartment.
They have the it was a 6-speed auto, like standard,
Right.
like not standard, but what the hell am I thinking?
I think your brain's taking a shit.
But you couldn't get anything less than that.
Yeah.
And instead of having the park reverse neutral drive 3-2-1, it's park reverse neutral drive manual, and then you could just bump the shift lever forward and back to cycle through the gears. It's gotta be really nice for towing.
Okay.
All right, I'll catch you guys later. Chris, drive safe, or don't. I'm not your boss.
Always. Actually, it's like I took the boss around. He asked me about the truck. I gotta treat the truck like it's my own, because it's my ride home when I'm running, and when I stop, it's my place to lay my head down and sleep. So
yeah, touche.
I've already spent 2 weeks, well, better than 2 weeks this year, early in the year, with breakdowns, and both of them was on the one was on the road, and the other one, thankfully, was back here on the coast after I delivered in Philly. I was on my way back to the warehouse. We lost high gear in the transmission. The one in Idaho, it blew the interaxle differential out of the rear end.
Ooh.
And basically separated the drive shaft hanging about 2 inches out the front of the rear. Like, yeah, I sent a picture. Says, yeah, I think we got a problem here.
Just maybe.
Luckily, I was on a 2-lane road. I was on U.S. Highway 30. I was able to. There's like a wide spot I pulled off in late at night, so I could do a U-turn. There was a truck stop about 5 miles back that I had just left, and it only took me 3.5 hours, limping in crawl mode, but I got back there to get the truck off the road. That was a decent night. I walked in, it's like, yeah, you got any repair shops and this and that, and I was going to go in the bar. Like, yeah, great, because they got a bar inside that restaurant. It's like, you look aggravated. You're right, I need a beer. I'm sorry, honey, we're closed. Just my luck. Just got loaded today, blow the rear end out of the truck. Now I'm stuck until God knows when, because it's Friday night. I'm in the middle of bumfuck Egypt.
I can't even get myself a beer.
Excuse my French, but I was just, I'd had it. It's just, well, you know what? You are having a bad day. Here, have 2 on the house. Take them to the restaurant. You can drink them over there.
Nice.
It's like, great. Here's a $10 tip. Enjoy the gas on the way home. Yeah, that cost us. I think that cost us. We didn't get towed till Saturday night, and we actually got towed an hour and a half back west to a repair shop. I mean, give them credit. They ripped it down Monday and had it back together Tuesday night. I was surprised at that, because I was fully expecting to sit there a week.
All right.
And got put on this little
local dealership probably, but I don't think they're equipped to handle rigs.
Well, it was a big truck repair shop. I mean, that's all they did, and they're big into farming, so they got all the agricultural trucks and that they do over there. Yeah. So they were familiar with it, and they said, yeah, we can get it done. And it was a Napa store. Yeah, they had a Napa parts store in the front, so they could get shit overnighted in if it needed something, where anybody else, and even the dealer in the area couldn't get parts overnighted the next day. That just blew my mind. How the hell is it you're a dealer for this stuff? And if I need a rear end, you can't get it overnighted. Get the Napa store, which ain't even associated with you down the road, can get it, no problem. Well, we get most of our parts from them too. Welcome to Markup.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Napa prices and freaking whatever. I think Big E needs to hit he's gone. I think Big E needs to hit Facebook Marketplace for a new chair.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. I mean, the company put me up in a motel right there in town, which was kind of they had shit TV, a room, a toilet, and a stand-in shower.
Hey, you know what? That's better. Jess just had a trip down in Carlisle, business conference for her new work, and they didn't even have a television in that hotel room. The sink was at the foot of her bed. So there was a sink at the foot of her bed. There wasn't a dresser. I mean, I was just like flabbergasted. No TV, no nothing. They had internet though, but no television, no none of that. like I said, there was a sink in the main room, and it wasn't like a kitchen sink. This was literally just like a bathroom sink. And
Yeah.
like, you know how like most hotels now you have to use a card to get in and out of the room.
Yep.
Still had a key, a legit key.
Yeah. Me and Miss Farmless stayed in a place like that. It was a little better equipped than that, but it still had a room key, actual key.
I was like, geez, this thing's straight out of the '90s.
I got scared. I'll be honest. I got scared. We stayed. So some old guy owned this place, and it was over my birthday. It was in January, so it was over my birthday because the birthday was in the middle of the week, which we had plans to go to dinner, which got totally shot in the ass because I didn't get home. But you know, my birthday day, you know, sitting at a bar that they had built downstairs. So the birthday day, I mean, the guy said, "It's your birthday. You're in a hard luck. Hey, come on down to the bar." I said, "Drinks are on me." And I'm like, "Sure, you're shitting me."
My God, why do you always get these free drinks from, man?
Yeah, and what scared me though is they had a dartboard, a jukebox, the pool table, 2 pool tables. God, what the hell else was in there?
Sounds like a normal bar to me.
What the hell do they call that thing? You remember the old games? You had like the metal disc that you slid over
Shuffleboard?
the top of the board, and it was like a bowling game. No, it wasn't shuffleboard. It's the other one. It's like a bowling game. You had pins in the end of the thing to pop.
Oh, that is that's shuffle bowling.
Yeah, something like that.
It is. It's called shuffle bowling. We had one in our garage when I lived with my parents.
Anyways, this guy had all that in the bar, but and this is a little, you know, the whole town might have had 500 people in it.
Right.
You know, and they had the pool league and thing. But his draw for the bar was, you see all that over there? Yeah, what about it? Help yourself. They're free. I don't charge anybody to play my games. I expect them to come in here and eat a good meal and drink. They were free.
Damn.
So I played pool in the other shit all the time, you know. Shot the bull with him because he'd be down there in the bar sitting around there while they had the girls bartending, you know, and they did, you know, like tacos, chicken wings, pizza.
Well, I mean, the thing is the main reason why you're supposed to charge for that stuff is not for you to, well, I mean, it is to make revenue or whatever, but I mean, it's also to cover the wear and tear on the games themselves. That way, when the felt goes, you can replace it.
And most of those games are rented. They don't, the bars don't own them. They rent.
Oh yeah, a lot of them, yeah. Then you got me that'll just go pick one up that somebody's no longer using and fix it and have it for myself.
Oh, I know what it was. I know it's Space Invaders game.
I was gonna say, that's not shuffle.
Original Space Invaders.
That's not shuffle bowling.
Yeah, that was the other one was in there.
So yeah, there was all that stuff, and she basically had nothing the whole time she was on there, but it was free. She never had to pay for a damn thing because it was covered through her work.
Yeah, it was actually funny because I went down like Sunday night watching football.
All right.
And it was hilarious. I don't know how many guys, hey, you're talking on a headset. So I was talking to Miss Form, like, should we say hi? No. Well, I want to talk. Well, go buy one. They got one at the truck stop down the road. All you do is go get one. But it was hilarious because they had one of the stair chairs for a handicapped person in order to get down the stairs in the basement because it was in the basement of the motel.
Right.
It was funnier than hell. Later Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, watching the drunks go out, try to sit on that damn chair so they could get up the stairs to leave. Get halfway up and they'd fall out of the chair because none of their buddies are sort of put the little seatbelt on, so they're halfway up and they lean, hey, look at me, you know, they fall out of the chair, roll back down the stairs to the bottom.
Time to go have another drink. I need another drink after that.
That's what I said.
I have a bar right down the. I want to start going to the bar right down the street. There's a bar called Hang Loose. Right down at the corner of my street, that like the biggest, it's like the best bar in this town. Just, I never end up going.
That'd be neat. And I am disappointed. There's one thing about our cruise we went on, I'm disappointed.
No bar?
There wasn't one place in that whole damn boat that had a pool table. You could play darts, you could play table tennis, you could play putt-putt golf.
I wonder why, Chris. I wonder
It just
why
seemed-
playing pool on a boat would not be the best thing in the world.
That would be the challenge, though.
Yeah, I guess.
The
That'd be like
rocking,
that,
the
you
rocking
don't even have
boat,
to.
what little bit of rocking you got.
You don't have to be half lit to play pool. Then
No.
the table's
But,
lit enough for you.
The concept of they don't have a pool table because the round balls that roll around are kind of blowed out because they had a section of table tennis.
Oh, table tennis, the ball isn't in contact with the freaking the table the whole time.
No, not the whole time, but it's still. I was surprised. I really was for it's smallish, big, or I don't know what you want to call it. It's a thing.
No, they do have pool tables out there that have a built-in like gyro thing that counteracts the waves, keeps the table still.
Yeah, I was just surprised I didn't have any on the ship anywhere. Although I was waiting for you to say, Chris, come on now. They did have pool tables. It's all the ones with those funny umbrellas sitting around the pool, but you were too drunk to notice, weren't you?
No, it actually they do have pool tables. It's all the stupid little idiots walking around on top of the fucking deck.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna end up closing. I'm getting tired, so I think I'm gonna end up closing for tonight. Thank you, Pilot, for coming and joining me, and Mrs. Formula. I know that we had a few others in here earlier, but they didn't even say goodbye when they left. And thank you, Chris, for joining us, and Big E, and we'll catch you.
Anytime.
Pretty sure we'll catch you. Yep, we should be here next week at 9 o'clock. I don't think I have anything going on next week. I know I have something at the end of October, but for right now, we're good. Yep, and thank you guys for joining. Definitely appreciate every time you guys pop in here. So tell your friends and let other people know that about this chat, and we'll see if we can get more people in here next week.
Come join the party and the conversation.
Right? All right. Have a good day or night. One
Good
of
night,
those.
everybody.
Yep.